Good morning. Welcome to the John Mendola Show here at WILK. We are driven by McCarthy Tire Service, locations in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, and Hazleton. And we appreciate you joining us each and every Saturday. You can join us online, thejohnmendolashow.com. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at John Mendola Show. We got a lot to talk about this morning. We're going to talk Hanover area girls. Softball team will be in studio with us. Justin Kopko out of Hanover area. He's headed to West Point. We'll talk with him coming up. But first up, we're going to talk Scranton Prep Softball, and their head coach, Stacy Lukowski, is in studio with us. And, Coach, welcome in today.
Thank you.
Well, let's talk about this team this year. What kind of talent you have? Are you young? Tell us a little bit about the prep.
We have a little mix-up this year. We've had a little rough start, but we have a lot of season left and a lot of potential, so we expect a lot out of the girls. We know that they're going to pick it up and turn some things around. Let's
talk about being indoors for the longest of times and
yes.
Trying to get outside and beautiful weather, and tomorrow we'll go right back to some really cool rainy weather. But tell us about the adjustment that you've had there at prep.
Yeah, it's been a little difficult. We've had the option of, some batting cages, at other places, not being stuck in a gym, which has been beneficial to us because we've been able to get a lot more hitting in. But, for no team is it fun to play indoors or be stuck indoors.
Well, we have a bunch of players to talk about, so I'll let you tell us a little bit about Lauren Colley before we grab her and talk with her.
Lauren Colley's a junior here. She plays center field for us. Very hard-working girl. She will do anything for us that we ask her to.
All right. I always like those kind of players as we welcome in Lauren Colley from Scranton Prep here on the John Mendola Show. And Lauren, let's talk a little bit about playing the outfield this year and center field and some of the other outfielders joining you out there at Prep.
Yeah, we have a strong outfield. We've been working really hard this year to keep that up. We are the last line of defense, and we will do anything to keep the ball in front of us and to keep our team up.
And, of course, the bats this year. Let's talk about some of the hitters in the lineup. And, obviously, you'd like to see everybody hitting a little bit more, but so far early in the season, who's had a pretty good bat?
Our middle of our lineup has been pretty strong lately. Our entire lineup is strong, but we've been working together as a team to get hits and to produce runs.
You're a member of Junior Leadership Wilkes-Barre. Talk about doing some stuff outside the classroom and why you enjoy that.
Yeah, I actually joined this year. It's a program for juniors, and it focuses on leadership and service. So I think that softball really has helped me with that program because from softball, I've learned leadership skills and I've learned teamwork. So those two really are correlating with each other.
Got a younger brother, Jeremy. Tell us about what he's up to.
My brother is one of my favorite people. He's actually playing baseball right now. He goes to Pittston area. He's in 7th grade, and he's a fantastic athlete. And even though he's younger than me, I'm always looking up to him. He's teaching me stuff, and I'm always teaching him stuff.
Sounds like a very healthy relationship. That's what you like to hear about a little brother-sister competition. Math in that classroom, a 4.0, so you're doing a heck of a job there. Why do you enjoy math?
Math is my favorite subject. I like working with numbers.
All right, that's always good. How about your parents and coaches as far as some of the role models in your life?
Yeah, my parents have been with me from the start playing softball, and they've really helped me to develop into the player that I am today. And throughout the years, I've had many coaches, and every coach has taught me something that I am able to take with me into every game.
All right, Laura, well, we wish you the best the rest of the season, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Lauren Colley there from Scranton Prep. Let's get back over to Coach Lukowski. And, Coach, let's move on. Tell us a little bit about Tessa Davis and what she's bringing to Scranton Prep.
Tessa's a senior for us this year. Last year she stepped up and played first base for us, did a phenomenal job, and she's continuing to do the same thing for us here this year.
All right, let's welcome in Tessa Davis here on the John Mendola Show, senior year. So, Tessa, what are you excited about here to wrap up your scholastic, academic, athletic, all that great stuff at Prep?
I'm excited to get back into the season. Like Stacy said, we had a really rough start, but we're definitely going to come back, and I'm excited to be Valley View the second time.
All right, and you got a big family. Everybody looks like they're older, so tell us about what you learned about them.
Yeah, all three of my siblings have definitely been role models to me, all in different ways. My older sister Taylor played softball, and I kind of learned my love of softball from her. Just watching her play, travel and going to all her tournaments and stuff, I definitely learned a lot from her.
All right, you're involved in dance. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've been taking dance lessons as long as I've played softball, and I like it a lot. I like softball better, but I just stuck with it. I thought I'd finish it out.
Well, I'm sure it'll pay off in the years down the road. Math, something you enjoy. Let's talk about what the next step's going to be for you.
I'm actually going to culinary school in Rhode Island, Johnson, Wales. So I'm excited for that.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like a pretty good future, that's for sure. How about your parents? What have they provided for you?
They've both been huge role models in my life. My dad, especially with softball, he has taught me to persevere and not to quit when things get hard, and my mom the same. It's kind of like my dad's hard on me, and then my mom's there to back him up, but they work together well.
All right. Good combination, Tessa. We wish you the best going forward.
Thank you.
All right, let's get back to Coach Lukowski here on the John Mendola Show. Coach, one more young lady in this segment, and tell us about who's up next.
Ray Hatala. She is a junior for us this year, playing third base. She's going to be one of our big hitters.
All right. Well, that's what you always like to have, a big hitter. How about as far as playing at third base? You got to be pretty tough. How about that, Coach?
Absolutely. She's got to be quick on her feet, jumping around, ready for a bunt, ready to move at any time's moment, can't be afraid of the ball.
All right. Ray Hatala joining us here on the John Mendola Show today from Scranton Prep. And let's talk about being a defender and playing a tough inside position there in the infield.
Yeah, it is kind of tough, but I love playing the corners because it's always you're going to get the ball hit to you most of the plays. So.
How about take us through the infield to some of the players right now on the field?
Right now, normally it's Emily Holtzmaster pitching, Bella Gorskowski catching, first base Tessa Davis, second Marissa Kelly, short Maggie Ferraro, and then I play third.
All right. Now, how about the pitching this year? Take us through some of the pitchers there at Prep that you have.
Right now, our primary pitcher is Emily Holtzmaster. She has a lot of movement on the ball. And then our backup pitcher is Marissa Kelly. She's great. She's a freshman. And it's really cool to have an underclassman pitching for us.
All right. And let's talk about your siblings. You have two of them.
I do. I have an older brother, Max, and I have a younger sister, Isabella.
Okay. And you enjoy German?
I do. It's a very fun class.
All right. Cool. Who's your teacher?
Frau.
All right. And how about your role models, mom and dad? Talk about them.
So, my dad got me involved in softball at a really young age, and it's just been a lot of fun.
There's only 12 people staring at you in the studio. No problem to keep laughing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And Abington Heights, one of the teams you enjoy playing as well?
It is.
All right. Well, go get them, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Ray Hatala there from Scranton Prep and a bunch more ladies we're going to talk to. We also have the Hanover area softball team with us here today on the John Mendola Show. You can follow us on Twitter at John Mendola Show. I want to thank our friends at Mendocino's Italian Specialties located on Sanderson Avenue in Scranton. Well, you can pick up a copy of our baseball softball magazine at Frank's or Ocatch State Farm in Tunkhannock, Lex Pharmacy in Nicholson. Want to thank Beston's Auto Body in Carbondale, Michael Griffin State Farm, AJ's Bar in Carbondale, the YMCA in Carbondale, Rooney's in Susquehanna County, Scarfalatos in Honesdale, Mendocino's Pizza in Daleville, Holy Cross High School, Jen Ricky Loophole State Farm, and Dunmore Candy Kitchen. We come back, more Scranton Prep softball. Let's head out to our local State Farm insurance agent, Michael Griffin. Break like a good neighbor. Michael Griffin is there. We'll be back in WILK. Welcome back to the John Mendola Show here on WILK. Continuing the conversation, Scranton Prep softball in studio with us. And let's get back over. Of course, one too many things going on here. Let's get back over right now to our Scranton Prep softball coach, Stacy Lukowski. And Coach, let's talk about the next group of young ladies we have. And who's up first for us?
Marissa Kelly. Marissa Kelly is a freshman this year that stepped up for us. She is playing second base, starting at second, and she's also a backup pitcher for us.
Let's welcome in Marissa Kelly here on the John Mendola Show. And Marissa, let's talk a little bit about your role and what it's like to come in as a freshman.
Yeah, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but all the girls are just so supportive, and they just pick me up if anything, and we're all just there for each other, so it's really important. What
are some things you learned early on here from some of the upperclassmen and players that have played a few years there at Scranton Prep? What did they try to tell you about whether it's settling down or go get it or whatever?
Yeah, honestly, it's just they just are very supportive, and they just tell me errors are going to happen, and you're going to make mistakes, but the important thing is just to leave it behind you and just focus on the next play.
A couple of older siblings for you, and tell us about their experiences and what they try to teach you.
Yeah, they're great role models for me, and they're just so much older, so they've experienced so much more than me, and they just teach me a lot about, everything.
Softball kind of girl, no other sports, so this is it. Talk about, do you put a lot of time into softball?
Yes, I do. It's very important to me, and it's been that way ever since I was very little.
3.75 grade point average. You enjoy science. Talk about the adjustment to Scranton Prep, what that's been like for you.
Definitely the homework was a lot more than what I was used to, but so far it's been a very easy transition.
And some of those role models include your parents and coaches and, as you say, your sister. So talk about what you take from each of them to kind of make who you are.
Yeah, my parents, they've always, especially with softball, they're just so supportive of everything, and they've always been there, like hitting lessons, everything. They just get me there on time, and everything's just very important to us.
All right, Marissa, well, thanks for coming in today. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, Marissa Kelly here on the John Mendola Show, just a freshman. Let's get back over to Coach Wachowski. We have Megan Moronco with us today. Coach, tell us about Megan.
Megan is a junior for us this year. Last year she had an injury that resulted in her having to have surgery this year. So she is out for us this season. She was a left fielder for us. So it was a big hole that we had to fill for her shoes, not only on the field but also, in the lineup batting. But she has been to every single practice and every single game, supporting these girls and helping us out, as an assistant coach, helping us.
Yeah, we like the title. Let's
right.
Welcome in Megan Moronco here on the John Mendola Show. And assistant coach, huh?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what you learn from the coaching staff and just watching the players and obviously you're in a situation with an injury. It's a tough situation, but you're trying to make the best of it, and you show up every day. Talk about your dedication.
Yeah, it's really nice being able to still be on the team even though I'm injured and being able to be there for the girls. It's hard to sit out and watch them do things, but I don't know. It's
helps you concentrate on school. You're still doing the 4.0 thing.
Yeah.
you enjoy chemistry, which is good. It's probably a tough class. How about the parents and coaches in your life as far as being role models? What have you taken from them?
I've learned that it's not easy to do everything. My parents are always there for me when I need things, and they have to leave work and have to try to get me to practice on time. We had a 7 a.m. My dad didn't complain about waking up at 6 to bring me there, so I've learned about time and trying to get everything going.
As far as what you're seeing positive-wise out of the team this year, whether it's the camaraderie, everybody still being really enthused about this year, what are you seeing out there as a player coach?
I see that we need to work on some things, but we're going to come back. I see it coming back.
All right, so you're feeling the positive energy.
Oh, I'm feeling it.
All right. Well, go get them, and I hope you feel better real soon, okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's get back over to Coach Wachowski. Maggie Ferraro is with us. Coach, tell us a little bit about Maggie.
Maggie's one of our seniors, another captain on the team, as well as Tessa that's here, and she plays shortstop for us.
Welcome in, Maggie Ferraro, here on the John Mendola Show. And Maggie, talk a little bit about playing shortstop, what you like about it, and some players around you there in the infield.
I like shortstop a lot. I like to run a lot, so I like doing the range, and it's nice being on the field, and I have third Ray to my right and Marissa to my left, and Emily pitching usually, and if not Emily, it's Marissa, and then Tessa at first and Bella catching. It's just a nice spot to be in.
Got it all covered. You're a busy young lady. You're involved with football, cheer, soccer. You like running. So talk a little bit about all the other things you're doing.
Yeah, I run probably the most out of everything other than softball. I run with my dad a lot. We ran a half marathon together. It's kind of just a bonding activity we do. But I did football cheer in the fall. That was a different experience, but it was fun.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't go half marathons with their dad just to bond out? That's that's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that's really outstanding. Congratulations on that accomplishment. Let's talk about your siblings because you come from a big family.
Yeah, so I have an older brother. His name is Nick. He's 22, and I'm actually a triplet. So Anthony and Thomas are both my age, and we've been close ever since we were younger. I grew up playing baseball with both my brothers, so I started playing softball after Little League. So that was kind of cool to share that experience with them.
Trying to remember. I've been doing this 20-some years. Could be the first triplet that I've had on. So it's a cool thing in itself. English and math, some good stuff in the classroom. Talk about what you like about prep.
I love the prep family and just the whole feel you get from the school. It's not like you can wake up every day and say like, oh, like am I kind of okay going to school? Like I know a lot of people like don't really like going to school, but I don't mind it every day. So it's a really great place to be in. I love it.
Next step for you, will the siblings follow?
No, my siblings are going to the University of Scranton, so we're not going to be too far, but we're going to be a little separated.
All right, nursing at WILK. You're excited, huh?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Awesome. And anything else about the folks you could tell us about that just keep nudging you along and making sure you're doing all the right stuff?
No, they're just very supportive. I love them, They're great.
Awesome. Well, Maggie, nice to meet you, and have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
All right, Maggie Ferraro, I'll get back to Coach Lukowski. One more young lady to talk about, Isabella Gorkowski, and tell us a little bit about Isabella.
She's our catcher, junior here for us, and she's one of our big hitters that we're going to be looking to show some stuff shortly.
All right, let's welcome in Isabella Gorkowski here on the John Mendola Show. The biggest name by far, Isabella. We saved you for last. Let's talk a little bit about playing catcher, tough position, and obviously you have to have that element. So talk about how long have you been doing the catching thing?
I have been catching since I was probably 10 or 11 years old, and I just fell in love with it at such a young age and never gave it up.
You doing some travel ball as well?
Yes, a lot of travel.
And talk about some places where you play, who you playing for, and where you traveling to.
I play for the TC Tremors, and I travel just about anywhere we go. Places like Florida, Colorado, just about anywhere.
Yeah, we're going to go to Colorado tomorrow, and Florida next weekend. That sounds like some serious traveling, that's for sure. You have a younger sister, Gabriella?
Yes, I do have a younger sister.
What's she up to?
She also plays softball. She definitely pushes me to be the best, because if I make a mistake, she will point it out.
All right. Now, she's not going to like Tennessee or Oklahoma or anything, is she right now?
No, she's not.
All right. Well, you're really a dedicated student athlete. Obviously, you got great folks to kind of support you with all that stuff. Let's talk about that science and math thing at school and doing a 3.8 grade point average. You're pretty dedicated there as well?
Yeah, I mean, school's kind of hard, but I do have to learn how to balance my time and
fun stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And Mom and Dad, you said they do all the great stuff. How about a rivalry team? Everybody likes playing Valley View, huh?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go get them the next time.
Oh, we will.
All right. All right, Isabella, nice to meet you. All right, the Scranton Prep softball team, Coach Lukowski, we thank you for practicing this morning, bringing the girls on up, and great to see you, and we wish you the best going forward this season.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Scranton Prep Softball, the classics here on the John Mendola Show. Well, you could pick up a copy of our baseball and softball magazine. You could do so at the following locations. You can grab one right now at Andy Perugino's in Luzerne, Matt Daly State Farm in Kingston. Want to thank attorney Bob Elias in Kingston, Keeley's Pub, the Overbrook Restaurant in Dallas, Athletic Republic, McCarthy Tire in Kingston, McCarthy Tire in Hazleton, Bud Bustin's Pizza Heaven in Luzerne, Tommy's Pizza in Kingston, Crosson Real Estate, and McCarthy Tire located in Wilkes-Barre. Well, the Hanover area softball team will be in studio with us shortly. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Matt Daly. Like a good neighbor, Matt Daly is there. We'll be back on WILK.